Right, Zunar, welcome to London.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm come to London for a special mission to fight through cartoons. That is my mission. I will have several programs here. I'll be 2 weeks here, and I will have a talk at the university. I have a forum at Amnesty International, and I will have an exhibition in British Cartoon Museum. And throughout the program, we will have a session that people can interact with me in Q&A session, and I will take my case as an example, as a very clear-cut example, how the government misused the Sedition Act to silence the critic of ordinary citizen like me. I've been slapped with 9 charges under the Sedition Act, and the maximum jail terms for that is 43 years if convicted. And the process of the trial will start on 6th of November, and I will come back after that to face the trial. For me,
some of your friends in the world, in America, in Sweden, in Europe, would have asked you, why don't you apply for asylum in the West? You must be a very brave man, Zunar.
What can I say? That I have fear like everybody else. I have fear, but my responsibility is bigger than fear. That's why I don't choose asylum. And if by choosing asylum means I only make it safe for myself, not for my country. So this is the thing I like to point out, that it is important to fight for the people, for Malaysian. So if I escape and get a protection from other country, I save myself, but nation will be still at the same.
Some of your critics may say that, well, Zunar is fighting with cartoons, but his cartoons are mostly published in English. So how are you reaching out to the non-English speaking Malaysians?
If you see my cartoon, those who follow my cartoon can see clearly now I changed the concept. All this while I focus on doing what we call political cartoon. The cartoon that only cater for politicians and those who really take care or have interest in politics. But now I changed to the concept I call people's cartoon. People's cartoon. Through this concept, I want to tell the people that the corruption, when you say corruption, yes, it's done by politicians, but we are the one who pay for the corruption. So you must also take part in this and also be active and make your stand clear. That's why in my cartoon now I drag people. I draw from people perspective, how they suffer because of the politician, what politicians do. So I do more now. You see, my cartoon have more dynamic and more level now for the every society, every level of society can understand that. So now I use less word and more visual, so both English and Malay can get it. And sometimes I use mixed language, mix between Malay and English for the very simple one word. Let's say I say sapu. Sapu is also non-English. English people, English educated also can understand, and Malay also can understand. I try to minimize that in order to get more and more wider audience, and it's proven, it's worked. I can see that my fan base is growing very well.
How extensive is your reach out through your own Facebook?
I can't say because it's very subjective, but based on numbers, is compared to last, let's say before April this year, is about 40,000 who follow me. Now it's about more than 100,000, and the amount of sharing, people share. Last time 200 is the best, Nowadays, I can get 10,000 shares for one cartoon. And total reach out can go to 1 million people. Reach out, you know. Reach out and follow is different. In Facebook, they can give the numbers that this is how you reach one cartoon. I reach 1 million people, even though only 100,000 is following.
And you are also very much a teacher as well. I understand you are training some young people in Malaysia, in East Malaysia, to draw, and you are sharing some of your skills worldwide, even lecturing in America.
I see now youngsters actually they like cartoon very much, and everybody like to draw cartoon, and they are talented. They know how to draw. They have stroke. There's good technique, but what I'm telling them is just to improve the technique, but most importantly, it's about how to make your message clear. This is the weakness of many young cartoonists. Not only young cartoonists, also the professional cartoonists also sometimes make that mistake. So message must be clearly seen. Your message will be the focus of your cartoon, not the stroke. So in other words, means that in drawing cartoon is about, you know, I can say 50% technique and 50% message. And in some cases like me, only 10% technique, 90% message.
As a cartoonist, can you share with us some experience of your mental block?
Yeah, before that, I would like to explain a bit how I draw cartoon. How I can, you know, I draw cartoon. Maybe my type of technique of drawing cartoon, getting an ideas may be different from other cartoonists. You know, I compose it first before I draw. The composing you get in your mind. You know, this is my technique. In your mind to gather information, to create, how to present it. In my mind, it takes about normally 10 hours. The technique, the very difficult thing to do, you know, to make sure that everything. After that, I put in. After that, only another 3 hours for drawing and coloring and inking and everything. But again, I face that too. Sometimes you try to think hard, focus hard, you can't get what you want. You still can't get what you want. But mental block is common. Sometimes 1 day, 2 days, and you need to sacrifice for second best if the deadline is approaching.
Do you do research and check your facts just like a journalist would do? Yeah. Yours is an editorial cartoonist.
That's very important thing. Research and homework is very, very important before you can draw cartoon. When you pick up, after you pick up any issues, the research about the issues, the facts about the issues, the background about the issue, and who's the person involved, you need to make it clear first, to gather the information, make it clear. After that, you know, after that all, I will make my stand clear. And after information, homework, fact, stand is already locked, then only my time to see how I can make joke out of this. And the joke must not compromise stand and fact. This is a very difficult part. You know? Sometimes I get joke that is not in line. It's go to other direction. I don't want to draw. It must be in line with the stand and information. So this is how I draw cartoon.
Have you ever get cold feet that, oops, this cartoon is published but it might be libelous?
And my practice is like this. I always don't want to practice censorship. But this is important. When you get the fact clear, you know what you're doing. So the fact is very important. So some cartoonists may face in that trap because they didn't check the fact first and draw cartoon. But for me, after checking the fact, I clear, I confident this is my fact, I already make a research and homework, then I don't want to practice censorship anymore, I draw. And if anything, people attack the cartoon, people say that you are not right, I have checked. I have facts to you know, to defend it. So this is important.
Now that you are very much an international icon and you are adopted by Amnesty International, do you feel the weight of your responsibility now as an international icon?
I feel the other way around, because when I got support from the international organization, the burden is lesser for me. But the burden will transform to the Malaysian government more. So, if the international community like Cartoonist Right Network International and Amnesty International and CPJ, Committee to Protect Journalists, and RSF and other organizations now focus more on me, so it helped me a lot. It's a booster for me to keep fighting. So now the Malaysian government is the one who is under pressure. Even United Nations also, invited me to speak. So this is due to pressure to the government instead. So I think it's an achievement to get the international attention. It's very important for me to go on.
Lastly, for someone who potentially can face 43 years imprisonment, what makes you still so cheerful, positive, optimistic, and on the go? And you're smiling all the time. You are the best stand-up comic in town.
Yeah, like I said earlier, this is of course the important thing is it's not about what you are facing and how you handle it is the issue. How you handle it. Of course, we have 43 years. If you keep thinking about it, it will make you stress, and it's no good for your work as a cartoonist to be stressed. Cartoonists cannot be stressed. Cartoonists must be positive. So what I'm doing now, actually, I transfer all the frustration, all the anger, and all the stress into a cartoon. So that's a relief for me to be in cartoon form. Then when I can draw a cartoon that people accept, that's something make me happy. A reason for me to be cheerful. Oh, that people like